Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're doing something a little fun and different, but we're also using leftover brisket and some bacon and other things. But I'm gonna have a guest today. Bryan is coming to show his cooking skills, and we're gonna cook some omelets for you. So we're gonna get this show on the road and do all the prep and then make these bad boy omelets. Okay, you guys know I like doing these leftover brisket videos, and I've got a piece of leftover brisket. So that's actually going to be the star of the show today in these omelets. And let's bring Bryan in.
What's up, everybody?
So Bryan has his own channel. He does ghost hunting, paranormal stuff. You can actually see me on his channel quite a bit, so I will put the link below. If you're into that at all, go check him out. And it's pretty cool stuff. I'm not gonna lie, we've seen some pretty weird things. And
yeah, we have fun with it. And promise to never make anything up. That's the most important part. So there's no faking ever on my channel.
So, and I can attest to that because we keep it above board. And anyways, go check out Bryan as well.
Thank you.
And so we've got eggs, we've got chives, green and red pepper, onion, avocado, cold smoked bacon, and we've got mushrooms. So we're gonna just get all this prep done and then whip these things together. But also, Bryan used to work in a kitchen for many, many years, so he's got lots of experience making omelets, and that's why he's graciously come over and said, "Oh, do the cooking for you," because I didn't really want to embarrass myself too much.
Yeah, little known fact, I actually spent 10 years working in a professional kitchen, so it's fun. Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
So let's dive right in and prep all this stuff.
We're going to prepare all our veggies first. We've got mushrooms. These are a lot of fun. Some people like to eat this part, some people not as much. I'm kind of indifferent either way. Just pop it out. So we're just going to get rid of them all. One of the important things you should know is how to hold a knife. A lot of people are going to hold it like this. Very wrong. You have very little control over your blade. You actually want finger, thumb, like so. Wrap around, just nice and loose. And then with your other hand, you're actually using this part of your finger as a blade guide. So your knife is just going to slide along that part of your finger, and in that way you never have a tip coming in the path of the blade, so you're actually never going to cut yourself as long as you're using this as a blade guide. It's a very helpful thing, allows you to cut anything nice and simple. You've got your blade guide, you cut, and you never have to worry, and then you just slowly march your hand across whatever you're cutting, and you can do it like that. Nice and simple, consistent, easy cuts. And then when you do it enough, you can, without looking, just kind of slice through things. And these are just going to be super rough cut mushrooms, but never have to worry about cutting yourself because everything is behind the path of the blade guide, which is your fingers. So you just never have to worry about it. It's just a nice little trick. Another thing you can do if you want a flat surface for your mushroom is you take a chunk off and then you're just going nuts. That's it. Super simple for the mushrooms. So now we'll do a pepper, and there's a lot of different schools of thought for a pepper. You know, some people are going to cut the top out. The way I was taught in the kitchen was you're actually going to half it and then you're going to core it, and that way you maximize the amount of pepper because you've basically ripped away all the rim. So in my hand is no actual pepper, and it's just, from the restaurant world, you want to minimize your food waste and maximize how much you're getting out of each product. So again, no pepper in my hand, it's all on the pepper still. Just a nice easy way to trim up a pepper. We're just going to take it and just cut strips, and then from there, the thickness of your strips, then rotate, line up, and you can do a simple, rough, nice rustic kind of look to your peppers. And again, using your blade guide with your fingers are never in the way.
It's cold smoked bacon, and the video will be linked above. Honestly, when you try this stuff, you won't want normal store-bought stuff. Not to brag, but
I've already had some. It's really good. You're gonna fry this off anyway in the pan at the beginning. So whatever size you want in your omelet is kind of how big you're gonna cut this. There's no right or wrong way. We're gonna get the brisket ready now. And for that part, I'm gonna let Andre come in and prepare the brisket because he's better at handling his meat than I am. So, Andre, handle your meat.
thanks, Brian. So we got this lovely brisket. You guys know I love showing you guys different meals. And it's fully cooked. All the hard work's done for you. Like Brian was saying before, this is size-wise not too big. Just a nice dice, small dice.
Yeah.
Cold, hot, doesn't matter. It's always good.
So good.
So, oh yeah, one other thing I forgot. That's cold smoked cheese. We're getting that in this omelet as well.
So just while we're enjoying the little leftover brisket, you'll notice that the prep order, we did veggies first, then meat. That just helps avoid cross-contamination too. So save the meat till last. Then you can just wipe your board instead of actually having to do a soap scrub to your board. Just for cross-contamination reasons. Just in case you happen to have a vegan who just wants the veggie portion or doesn't want any meat touching their stuff. You do the veggies first, get them out of the way. Just another super simple thing. And then you don't have to scrub your board. I don't know, just a little thing you can do. Anyway, let's enjoy some more brisket, then we'll grate up the cheese and get ready to cook. We have all our ingredients prepped for our omelets. So we've got our beef, our bacon, all our various vegetables, our cheese grated. The nice thing about all that is you can actually do it all the night before. So if you're planning on doing a breakfast, you can have all this prepared the night before, throw it in the fridge, and then when you wake up in the morning, it's nice and easy, just pull it all out and you're good to go. So we're gonna get this going. This is gonna be fun. I've never actually used one of these types of cooktops before. So we'll get this going and then we are going to start making our omelets. And while it's heating up, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna get just a bit of the bacon in the pan. We'll get that kind of rendering off a bit. And because it takes a while, we'll also get some onion in here. And again, your amount for this is very much based on how much you want in your own omelet. Now we wait.
You just gotta make sure your pans are magnetic, otherwise they don't work on induction, but if they do, it heats up super fast. You can control it really accurately. Great for when you're making sauces and things like that. I'm excited to see Brian do this because it's like...
So, another nice tool to use for these omelets is rubber spatula or silicone spatula, and it's because it's flexible, so it lets you get underneath the edges of your eggs.
So I have to ask Brian, is there any secret to the eggs? Because you know you see people putting milk in, water in.
So some people will add a bit of heavy cream to their eggs just to increase the richness. Some people will add a bit of water to aerate in just to get the fluffiness. For me, I prefer just straight up egg.
Okay.
Again, it's more rustic and home style-y. Add a little bit of butter to that now, just because we don't want anything sticking and we want to get some of that flavor starting to develop. Real butter, just, you can't beat it. Once we're starting to get a bit of color on the onions, we're going to add in a bit of mushroom here. And again, it's all based on your own preference, how much or how little you want. And we're just going to keep everything nicely moving around. And if you notice things starting to stick a bit, you just add a bit more butter. It's not going to kill you. Butter's good. The last thing we're going to put in is the beef, because it's already cooked. We just want to warm it once everything else has a bit of a cook on it. And again with this, you just want it to be super simple. You don't want any excessive cooking. I don't know how non-stick Andre's pan is here, so we'll just keep the butter happening.
With enough butter, it's
good. While we're at that stage, I'm just going to rotate you. We're just going to crack our egg. Nice little one-handed crack. Super simple. Bowl smaller than I thought. Another nice trick is you can actually, if you're using a bigger bowl, you tilt your bowl to the side and you actually just pull the egg towards you, and it just lets you get maximum whisking. So just another little thing. So we're going to add some beef to this, and because the beef is lean, we're going to add a bit more butter. I know, lots of butter, but we want to get a nice little buttery coating in here before we add our eggs. Okay, and then when we got that going, all we're going to do, nice simple pour, get our egg in, use our spatula to make sure we get all our egg in, go to the side, and we're just going to rotate. I know you're going to turn off when I do that. Will it come back on?
yeah.
Yeah? Okay. And like I said, with that nice silicone spatula, you can work around the edge. And we're going to do another edge, get the heat back up. And then you can actually get underneath and you get the pour just to get all the loose stuff off the top. And I don't think this is going to be loose enough for me to flip though, unfortunately.
Ideally, you probably would want to use a true non-stick pan.
Which is what I normally use. Or more butter, but
We make it work.
problem solving, right? Because even using a non-stick pan, sometimes you're going to get sticking happening. Let's see. Yeah, I think if we let this firm up a little bit more, I might actually be able to toss it.
Nice.
Worker. Okay, we'll get the other side cooked. And while the other side cooks, you just sprinkle your cheese on, or smoked cheese, and then if you want a little bit of this in with your cheese, you add your chive, just to get that last little hit of flavor. You don't want to sear off your chives. I am looking forward to eating this. There you go, nice rustic. Grab our plate.
He's basically telling me I need to go buy other pans. That's
Well, I actually brought non-stick pans, but the induction heater doesn't like them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, see, we're sticking nicely here. Happens. Joys of live TV, even though we're not live. So it looks a mess. They don't normally look like that. We're gonna give this a taste.
Thanks, Bryan.
No worries, buddy. All the smoky goodness from the meat and the cheese. Oh, it's hot. That was tasty.
That's good. I know it visually isn't 100%, but the flavors, the brisket, the bacon, it just adds all. Oh my god. God damn.
There's nothing fancy about it. Nothing crazy additive wise. It's just all natural, all fresh.
That's good. Wow. And this is just one variation of ingredients. If you don't like something, you can omit it or add something else.
Yeah, You know, if you want more salt or more pepper, you can do that too. Usually when you're having bacon, it usually introduces enough of that salt flavor.
Yeah, it's not over salty, but
Yeah.
that's so good.
Anyway, let's make one on the stove so I can show you presentation wise what it should come out with. And then we'll just show that to you. Good?
Yeah.
Did I miss a piece? Start working that edge right away. There we go. Bit of cheese, tamp it down. And there we go. The finished omelette.
There we go. That's what it should have looked like. But yeah, that's a brand new pan, and
It happens. It happens. You just adjust and carry on. That's doing it at the restaurant. You know, sometimes when you're cooking in front of people, you get stuff that sticks like that, and you just have to roll with it, adjust, and still hand them an edible product at the end of it. So, but when you actually have the time to do it proper, you get this nice shape to it, and yeah, they're delicious otherwise. We cut some avocado up, put some pepper and some salt on. And, we're gonna eat this one too, but after the video. Anyway, thanks for having me, buddy, and
no
I'll
problem.
let you close out to your viewers here. And yeah,
well, I just want to thank Bryan for coming and showing his knowledge of omelet cooking and knife skills and all that good stuff. And yeah, I think it was great. Thanks, Bryan.
thanks for having me. It was fun.
And we get to eat something really good with all these great ingredients. And the whole point of this was use your leftover brisket. And it doesn't have to be brisket. It could be a pot roast. It could be leftover chicken, turkey.
I do it with roast chicken all the time.
Anything. But I like showing brisket because I always have it. There you go. That's a very quick and easy meal. And it's good for you. So guys, thanks for watching. And see you next week.
Happy eating.